Good morning, students. Today we will discuss our topic environment that is mentioned in your seventh class CBSE book. This is the topic of geography. In this topic, basically, at first we will discuss about the meaning of environment, and after it, components of environment and how can we save our environment. At first, meaning of environment, and after it, components of environment and ecosystem also. First is meaning of environment. Basically, the word environment is directly derived from French word environment, which means neighborhood. It is derived from French word environment, that means neighborhood. Simply, we can say that the term environment means the surroundings or condition with which a person, animal, or plant exists. Actually, in environment, we can include everything which we can see in our surroundings, like the buildings, tables, chairs, and etc. Whatever can be seen in our classroom, even the open field, the road, and the other things are also included in our environment. Components of environment can be divided into different categories, but we will discuss it later. Now, the meaning of environment, it is considered a basic life supporting system. Now the question arises, why is it considered as a life supporting system? Because it provides the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the land we live. Basically, we can say that every essential thing which is required to survive provided by environment. That's why it is known as life supporting system. Any changes in the environment affects an organism. The environment too is affected by the actions of the organism that are a part of it. It means environment can affect the organism, and the organism can also affect the environment. Now the question arises, can human beings modify this natural surroundings? Yes, human being can change, can modify this natural surroundings, like human beings make cars, mills, factories, and manufacture containers, and like in day-to-day life, the commodities that are used by human being can change the environment also. Like when human being uses car, then the car fuels pollute the air, and water can be collected in a port, and we can say that water can be stored in a tank, and land is also used to build factories and buildings. So we can say that environment can be changed by human being. Basically, environment is considered a combination of natural and human-made things. Combination of environment. In this combination, we can add natural and human-made. Natural environment refers to both biotic and abiotic conditions, so it can be divided into two parts. The first is biotic, and the other one is abiotic. Biotic refers to the world of living and biological organisms like plants, animals, and fossil fuels, whereas abiotic refers the non-living world and physical components, that is rocks, mountains, air, water, etc. In biotic, we can include living and biological organisms. For example, plants, animals, fossil fuels. In abiotic, we can include non-living world. non-living world and physical components. For example, rocks, mountains, air, water, minerals. In human-made things, we can include buildings, roads, industries. Actually, the things which are made by human beings can be included in human-made things, and these are also considered a part of environment. So we can say that the place, people, things, and nature that surround any living organism is known as environment. Now we will discuss about the components of environment. Components of environment can be divided into three categories. The first is natural, the second is human, and the third is human made. At first, we will discuss about the natural component. We can say the things which are provided by the nature can be included in natural components of environment. It means land, water, air, plants, and animal can be included in natural environment. We can classify it into following spheres, and we can say that these spheres are also known as domains. So, natural environment can be divided into four domains. The first is lithosphere. Second is hydrosphere. Third is atmosphere. And the fourth is biosphere. Lithosphere is considered the solid crust and hard top layer of the earth. It is made of rocks and minerals and covered by a thin layer of soil. It is an irregular surface with various landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, and it is also known as a source of mineral wealth. Why is it known as a source of mineral wealth? We can say that all the minerals can be found in rocks and mountains, and rocks and mountains are considered the part of lithosphere. In lithosphere, we can also find forest, grassland for grazing, land for agriculture, and human settlement. And it is found over the continents and also on the ocean floors. So basically, the part which is related to land is included in lithosphere. The second is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is related to water. We can say the domain of water is referred to as hydrosphere, and it includes various sources of water and different types of water bodies like rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans. Basically, this sphere is considered essential for all living organisms. The third is atmosphere. Atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. Now the question arises: why does it surround the earth? The gravitational force of the earth hold the atmosphere around it. So we can say because of the gravitational force, it surrounds the earth. It protects us from the harmful rays and scorching heat of the sun. And atmosphere consists a number of gases like nitrogen, oxygen, helium, hydrogen, and argon, carbon dioxide also, dust particles and water vapors, and the changes in the atmosphere produce changes in the weather and climate also. The fourth is biosphere. Biosphere is considered a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other and meet with each other to support life system. Basically, we can say that plant and animal kingdom together make biosphere for the living world. Solid part, crust, hard top layer. Hydrosphere refers to water bodies. Atmosphere is related to blanket of air, and biosphere is related to plant and and hydrogen where land, air, and water meet and interact. Basically, in natural environment, we can also include an ecosystem. At first, we will discuss about the definition of ecosystem. It is a system formed by interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors of the environment in which they live. Ecosystem, a system that is formed by interaction of all living organisms with each other and with the physical and chemical factors and with the physical and chemical factors of environment in which they live. We know that all plants, animals, and human beings depend on their immediate surroundings. Often they are also interdependent on each other. This relation between the living organism as well as the relation between the organism and their surroundings make an ecosystem. And the ecosystem can be found in diversity like there could be an ecosystem of large rainforest, grassland, desert, mountains, lake, rivers, ocean, and even a small pond. In ecosystem we can also include food chain because it is related to ecosystem. What is food chain? When all living beings are dependent on one another for their food, this situation is known as food chain. For example, like grass, it is eaten by a deer, and a tiger kills the deer for his food and eats it. When the tiger dies, it is eaten by a vulture. And when a vulture dies, it is decomposed by microorganisms and decomposes like microorganisms. And this is again useful for the plants. Basically, it is considered that these microorganisms are present in the soil, and the soil is useful for plants because it is the fertile soil that is useful to grow the crops. This system is known as food chain. Now our next topic is human environment. The interaction of human beings with the environment is known as human environment, and it can be modified according to their needs. Like early humans adapted themselves to the natural surroundings, and they led a simple life and fulfilled their requirements from the nature around them. As the time passes by, their needs grew and became more diverse. Humans learned new ways to use and change environment. At that time, they learned to grow crops, domesticate animals, and lead a settled life. After it, the wheel was invented, and later on, when agriculture was invented, after it surplus food was produced, and when surplus food was produced, at that time barter system also emerged. Now the question arises, what is barter system? Barter system is a trade in which goods are exchanged without the use of money. A system in which goods are exchanged without using money. For example, there are two farmers A and B. A has the surplus production of rice and B has the surplus production of wheat. Now in this case, A wants to take some quantity of wheat and B is also in need of taking some quantity of rice, then A can give rice to B and can take wheat in exchange of rice. That is known as barter system. When the man started to trade and later on commerce developed, then somewhere the environment was being changed, like air pollution. So we can say that human being can affect the environment according to his needs, but a perfect balance is necessary between the natural and human environment, and we have to learn to live and use our environment in a harmonious way. How can we save our environment? The first is afforestation. With the help of afforestation, we can save our environment. The meaning of afforestation is to plant more and more trees. The second, stop deforestation. If we stop deforestation, or we can say the cutting of trees, then somewhere we can stop the pollution. And if we stop the pollution, then somewhere we are conserving our environment, we are protecting our environment. So this is the another way by which we can conserve our environment. The third, respect the every aspect of life. We should respect the every aspect of life. It means we have to give the same respect to microorganisms as well as the human beings, and we have we should have the respect for minerals wealth also, so that we can conserve minerals. And if somewhere we are conserving mineral, then we are participating in conserve in saving our environment. So basically we can say that if we can learn to live in a harmonious way with our environment, then we can save our environment, we can protect our environment. The fourth is by celebrating World Environment Day. It is celebrated on 5th June.